The Olympics are filled with history and tradition and dramatic storylines, there's no doubt about it. But today I want to tell you the story of the tiny country of San Marino and its absolutely incredible Olympic story. I promise you, this is worth the listen. Let's get started. What is San Marino? Let's start with geography. San Marino is a landlocked nation located entirely within the borders of northern Italy. It's the fifth smallest country on Earth with a landmass of just over 61 square kilometers, or 23 and a half square miles. To put that into perspective, Disney World in Florida is around 101 square kilometers, or 43 square miles. That is wild to think about, both that San Marino is so small and Disney World is so big. With a population estimated to be just over 35,000 people, you'd be forgiven for not giving this small European microstate much thought, especially when it comes to the Olympics. For the last 25 years, they've never sent more than 5 athletes to either the Summer or the Winter Olympics, so it's not like they're plastered all over your TV screens. But despite their size and despite that relative anonymity, San Marino has a wild Olympic story. The early days. San Marino first joined the Olympics in the summer of 1960 when they made their debut at the Rome Olympics, which made a lot of sense. It's an easy commute south for them, so the logistics were easy. They sent 9 athletes to those Olympic Games, and not surprisingly, they came home with 0 hardware. But hey, it was their first Olympics, you can only expect so much. In 1976, they arrived at their first Winter Olympic Games in Innsbruck, and again came home empty-handed in terms of medals. And from then on, San Marino was a surprisingly consistent participant in the Olympic Games, appearing at pretty much every Olympics thereafter, except for a couple of absences, which again, ain't surprising when you remember this is a country of 35,000 people. That's it. And throughout that time, they won 0 medals. None. Nothing at either the Summer or the Winter Olympics. Even at the Los Angeles 1984 Games, where they sent an incredible 19 athletes. 19! That's how many the Philippines sent that year, and they're like a gazillion times bigger. But still, no medals for San Marino. And for 60 years, that appeared to be the theme, or even the curse, of San Marino at the Olympics. Lots of participation, generations of athletes, but nothing in the trophy case. But then, something strange happened at the Tokyo Olympics, which has never happened before and will likely never be repeated again. San Marino went medal crazy. The Tokyo Olympics. As we all know, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics didn't actually happen in 2020. I think it's cute that they still call it the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but we all know what happened. And the games didn't actually take place until the summer of 2021. And even once they did happen, it was a much smaller, much more muted affair than normal. Like, a lot different, to say the least. But one thing that appeared the same was good old San Marino. They sent their usual group of small athletes, 5 in total this time. Yep, just 5 athletes. These athletes were spread across 4 disciplines: swimming, wrestling, shooting, and judo. A nice mix of sports and events for sure, but facing strong competition on all fronts. This would be their 15th national appearance at the Summer Olympics, and it was looking like much of the same as before. A good presence, reason for optimism, but a medal, it seemed a ways off, given the grand total of 0 the entire nation had won in its history. But then something happened, or rather someone happened. Specifically, Alessandra Perilli happened. Alessandra Perilli. Perilli was no rookie when it came to the Olympics, it needs to be said. She had been oh so close to a medal in the 2012 Olympics in London, finishing 4th in the women's trap event. But it was even closer than it sounds because she ended in a tie for 2nd with 2 other athletes and ended up losing the tiebreaker to land 4th. That sucks big time. Unfortunately, it was a story of regression at the 2016 Olympics in Rio, where she finished 13th in the qualification round and did not qualify for the finals. So when 2020 rolled around, while hopes were high, expectations were low. But on July 29th, 2021, the stars aligned. She won bronze in the women's trap event, bringing home the very first medal in the history of San Marino. And once you know the story of not just her athletic history, but the entire nation she represented, the achievement and her celebration are made way more special. This was the biggest moment in the Olympic history of San Marino. An athlete from this tiny country with a long, proud athletic tradition stands on an Olympic podium for the first time. How could this be beat? And yet, somehow, it got beaten 2 days later. Gian Marco Berti. Like Perilli, Gian Marco Berti had a background in shooting. His father, Gian Nicola, had competed for San Marino in sport shooting at the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, so you could say it was almost the family business for Gian Marco. But like other talented athletes from San Marino before him, he had come up short in his first appearance in the men's trap event at those same Tokyo Olympics. He finished 18th in the qualification round and did not advance to the finals. But on July 31st, he partnered with San Marino's Olympic hero, Alessandra Perilli, just 2 days after her bronze medal to compete in the mixed trap event. And the stars again aligned. In the qualification round, they finished tied for first with the pair from Spain with a team total of 148, setting them up for the gold medal match. They ended up agonizingly close to the gold, just a single point behind Spain in the final, but they brought home the silver medal with pride, which was obviously the first silver medal in San Marino's history. They had gone 60 years as a nation without an Olympic medal, and now they had won 2 medals in 2 days. This must have been like a dream for the 35,000 proud citizens of San Marino. But somehow, impossibly, it wasn't over yet. The dream story of the Tokyo Olympics had one more chapter to write, and it was written on the wrestling mat. Myles Amine. The men's 86 kilogram freestyle wrestling event was focused primarily on 2 athletes, David Taylor of the USA and Hassan Yazdani of Iran. They were head and shoulders above the rest, and it was almost inevitable that they would meet for the gold medal. And indeed, they did, with David Taylor coming out on top in the end, winning the gold, and Yazdani taking the silver. But who would take home the bronze? I'll give you 2 guesses, but you're only going to need one. Myles Amine competed for San Marino through citizenship on his mother's side, but he grew up in the United States. He graduated from Detroit Catholic Central High School and was a 5-time NCAA All-American and 2-time Big Ten champion during his time at the University of Michigan. Go Wolverines. Interestingly, his paternal grandfather, Nazim Amine, was also a freestyle wrestler who competed for Lebanon at the 1960 Summer Olympics, which was the debut Olympics for San Marino. When the 2020 Tokyo Olympics came along, Amine brushed off his San Marino colors and made the trip to Japan. He won his first match of the qualification round comfortably, but then he ran into eventual gold medal winner David Taylor in his quarterfinal match, where he took the loss. This would knock him down to the repechage, basically the last chance saloon of the event. He won his next match against a Belarusian wrestler, which set him up for a bronze medal match against one of the losers of the semifinals. And in this match, much to the joy of the San Marino faithful, he came out on top, bringing home the bronze. This 3rd medal came on August 5th, meaning in a little over a week, San Marino had gone from 0 medals to 3. They sent just 5 athletes to Tokyo, but brought home 3 medals. It's wild, and all from a micronation with a population of 35,000 people. To this day, San Marino is the smallest country in the world to win an Olympic medal, and for good measure, they went ahead and won 3. In closing, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and perhaps you even learned a little something about San Marino, the little Olympic engine that could. This has got to be one of my favorite Olympic stories of all time, so my fingers are crossed that you found it as interesting as I did. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, go San Marino!